Oh boy, I am not a fan of this one at all. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk, the talking point that does continue as me recording. Nothing underway. Liquid Doublelift still on Liquid. He could be with TSM and his girlfriend, the current president of TSM, that being Lena, sometime soon. At the point of me recording, that trade and negotiation apparently is still underway, yet set to happen. We will slowly unravel what actually does happen sometime soon, I am sure. This past weekend, though, I did not like some comments made by that TSM president, that being Lena, apparently being offended by people making jokes about the current situation. Let me give you guys my 2 cents. You guys, of course, can leave your thoughts down below. It was following I Will Dominate, a thumbnail on a video, as well as Mark replying to those said comments as well with a few jokes about Liquid Doublelift and Lena being together, and of course the thumbnail showing the two of them making out and being very close to one another. Let me just stress this, guys. If this was anyone else, any president, any upper management for any esports organization, dating, making out with, being very close in their personal relationship with any of their players, the same jokes would be made, should be made, and will continue to be made. And certainly when it comes to Lena and Doublelift, when they first had the talk of, hey, we should be dating, this had to be a topic of discussion. This is a first in esports when we see a top organization like TSM have an active president dating a potentially active player they're going to look into be signing. Guys, if this was anyone else, and if it does happen in the future, these jokes will be made. So if you guys did miss it out on Twitter as well, Mark replying, and I actually do agree with Mark here. The fact he can't make a joke of someone else's thumbnail or meme around these two, Are you guys being serious? Now, there are plenty of people coming to the defense of Lena, and I understand, right? Obviously, when it comes time for repercussions she is facing, yeah, making light of the situation, maybe not the most appropriate thing to do, but do you guys understand that when her and Peter, when her and Doublelift enter this relationship, you also have to face those repercussions. You have to understand, if you are a top figure in an esports organization dating a player who could eventually and will likely join your organization, you guys understand that's not a common circumstance, right? And these jokes are going to be made. Although I understand both sides, I clearly do. Lena took to Twitter as well to respond about why she didn't like it. As she says, because it's rude and it's probably disappointing for some people to see it come from you when responding to Mark, but also talking to I Will Dominate, but mostly Mark in this circumstance. She continues, there's also real life ramifications for people who treat Peter and I to the type of content you guys are spreading, and if you can't see that, then that's disappointing to us too. But if you guys can't realize, Mark was simply making a joke of someone else's content, and yes, he's good friends with Travis Gafford. Travis Gafford is the guy covered up in the logo as well, and that picture is real. It's not like it's Photoshop. Yes, Lena, a president of an esports organization, frequently has been caught with Doublelift, and in that photo is clearly making out with him. What if I told you guys, you know what? You guys like last time I covered this topic, a video from me in my car. Here is my 2 cents on the topic at the very least. And again, I understand if you guys dislike the side I'm taking on this, you guys can leave your thoughts down below. I certainly understand both angles of this, but you too have to, from an outside perspective, understand how weird and unique of a circumstance this is, and why in the future, if this happens again, the same thing will happen to anyone who does what Lena and Doublelift are doing. Wanted to give my quick thoughts on the TSM Doublelift situation. If you guys are unaware, currently Liquid Doublelift could be going to TSM, a well-noted name in the League of Legends scene. I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware. And the current TSM president, where he might be leaving Liquid to go to TSM, their current president is his girlfriend, that being Lena. Now, as of the last couple of days, we've seen a lot of confusing tweets out there. Not sure if the trade is going to go through. It seems like it probably will, and it does kind of demonstrate the conflict of interest of an esports player dating the president of the organization he will be playing for. And I've seen Lena on Twitter making a few remarks about people who made jokes about the situation. This is no ill will towards her, but this is a first in esports that we have seen of her being the president, dating a player that will be playing for her. And if this was anyone else, they'd be facing the same exact backlash and jokes that she is. Just to try and put different shoes out there, imagine if I was the president of Cloud9 and we sign a female roster, and all of a sudden I'm dating Courtney, our in-game leader. And there's pictures out there of me kissing Courtney or me being very close to Courtney. I would hope I would get the same flack and same backlash that Doublelift and Lena are currently now getting. I mean no ill will towards these people, but you got to realize the situation you're in is setting precedent for future situations like this of any other top management esports organizations having relationships with their players. It creates these kind of problems. Not saying there's going to be a problem, but it creates the potential for there to be one, and that's why the jokes are being made. It is super weird to see pictures of people making out with their own players, no matter what sport, no matter what esport. So yes, you're going to get flack for this. You're going to set precedent. I wish you guys the best of luck. I have no idea what's going to happen, but just so they realize, if this was anyone else, the same jokes would be made. It's a very interesting situation. We'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I find it very surprising that people are offended by Mark's comments, and I'm almost offended that people are offended by it, which makes me sensitive too. But I'll tell you guys this: if this was, a Cloud9 president, a Cloud9 owner, a Liquid owner, whoever it is, if it's any esports organizational top figure out there dating or having relationships with a player, I'm going to have the same issues with it, and I will voice those same issues. I do feel bad for Lena and Doublelift going through this, but certainly going forward, everyone's going to look back on this circumstance and maybe think a bit wiser, maybe think a bit more before they enter into these personal relationships with people who could or do work for them. Hope you guys understand that, and maybe you guys can explain it to me differently in the comment section down below. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Drink your Wawa, drink your coffee. Okay, bye.